is Wednesday for me. I am just finishing up getting ready for the day. I have just had such a nice start to the morning. It was quite an early start. I've had such a slow morning. I didn't go to the gym like I was supposed to do, but Barley and I just sat and cuddled in bed and read my book. He's actually just vacated his spot there, so I can now actually tidy that up. Trying to make the bed around him this morning was so hard, but he's so cute. I just can't move him. But today needs to be such a productive day. I've got so much to do, and a lot of it is laptop work focused. So I've got my trackies on today and I'm gonna sit and crack through it all, but I'm very excited to show you all about how I organize my life through Notion-ish. We're gonna see, you'll see that I don't really know what I'm doing with Notion yet, but you asked me to show you it, even though I don't fully know it yet, so that's what we're gonna do. But well, I'm currently sat here surrounded by all of my favorite products, because after having a slow start with Barley in bed to then just doing like an everything shower, washing my hair, just doing the whole thing and like all of my skincare, I have to show you my new absolute favorite Wild product. So for those of you that have been around for a while, you know that I have been partnering with Wild for quite some time now, and I'm partnering with them again on this video because they have a new deodorant case out, which is just too cute not to scream about. Fun fact, I didn't know this, May is International Bee Month, and Wild have a new Emma Bridgewater limited edition bee case, and I just think this is so cute. This is 100% my new favorite Wild case, without a shadow of a doubt. For those of you that don't know, Wild produce deodorant and body wash that contain no single-use plastics and come in premium reusable cases with compostable inserts. To match with this ridiculously adorable deodorant case, I also now have the body wash aluminium case to match. I've already got the sage green. Cameron absolutely loves it and he really wanted another one, so this is ridiculously perfect timing because now we can have the two that sit next to each other, and these just look so nice together. Wild contains no aluminium salts, parabens or sulfates, and I can tell such a ridiculously significant difference with my underarm skin. From before and after I switched to Wild. I've been using Wild for easily 2 years now, and before then I used to get really sensitive dry underarms, and I just find the Wild deodorant so moisturizing. If you've seen me talk about Wild before, you know I can get really carried away rambling about the scents, so I'm going to try and contain myself today. But if you'll indulge me just for a minute, because their new honey and cactus scent, it's already gone straight into my deodorant and I've already been using it because I can't contain myself. But honestly, this scent is so lovely. The honey is so like rich and warm and soothing, but then it's got this really subtle kind of like happy poppy cactus flower floral notes. I don't know if a note or a smell can be happy, but it's just the perfect summer scent in my opinion, or I suppose spring, but I don't know. At this rate we're diving straight past spring and into summer. And the body wash scent that I've got in here, in case you're interested, is coconut and vanilla, which is also one of my absolute favorites, especially for like the warmer summer months. So if you are also interested in Wild, if you haven't switched yet, honestly, it's just one of the easiest switches I've ever made to just be kinder to the planet, kinder to my own skin. I think it's just so aesthetically pleasing to have like a cute deodorant case as part of all my skincare products. Same thing having this in the shower. I mean, it's just, I just love it. It's just so beautiful, and I do like beautiful things. I've had my pink aluminium case now for a few years, and I've got my new winter Starry Night one, which comes out in the winter time. But now to be able to have like a new summery springy one is so much fun. So if you want to give Wild a try, I've got a discount code for you guys. You can scan the QR code on the screen, or you can click on my link. But if you use code ELLEN2024, you will get 20% off. The code is only live for a limited time, so don't wait too long. But honestly, you literally can't go wrong with any of Wild's products. So have a gander on the website and just see what you like the look of. You can also personalize all of their cases, whether it's the deodorant or the shower gel aluminium cases. I also think they're also a really cute gift as well. If you've got anyone that wants to make more sustainable switches and you want to get them something cute and pretty at the same time, highly recommend. And as always, thank you so much, Wild. It's so fun partnering with a brand that I've been using for literally years at this point. Okay, it's officially time to exit the slow and lazy part of my morning and enter the productive zone. Let's get downstairs, let's get to the laptop. We are all comfy. Also, guys, do you like my new trackie set? Because I love it. Probably noticed I'm not really one for wearing hoodies. I wore one in a video the other day, but that was literally because all my jumpers were in the wash and I spilled my first cup of tea all down myself. So I decided to treat myself to the type of trackie that I will actually always wear, and this pink set is just so cute. They're pink on the bottoms as well, so it's like a full matching situation, and it makes me so happy. It's put me in such a good mood this morning to put this on. Right, stop babbling. I'm so hungry. Let's go get some breakfast. good. If you haven't had your first smoothie of the season yet, what are you waiting for? This is your sign. Go make yourself a smoothie. I think making smoothies at home is so satisfying because they're always so good. And maybe it's because they're always so good and I didn't have to pay like £7 for a Joe and the Juice or, excuse me, Alexa. And I didn't have to pay like £7 for a Joe and the Juice to get it. But I was thinking it's the ease. Like a combo that is this simple has no right being this delicious. This is literally a whole banana, frozen. I just buy like a bag of the like mixed frozen fruit. So it's got, I don't know, blackberries, strawberries, cranberries. It's got like a whole range of like mixed summer fruit stuff in there. The quantities vary pretty much every time, but it's like a handful of frozen berries, a whole banana, good amount of like soy milk, oat milk, normal milk, whatever you want to use. A scoop of protein powder. I use the shreddy vanilla one, and it's really nice. And that's it. I think that's all I put in here. It's literally a banana, some red berries and some milk, and you literally don't even have to do the protein powder. Sometimes I just don't bother with the protein powder because I can't bother to get it out, and it's delicious. It's so good. Oh dear. Cameron's here and I didn't make him any. You want some of mine?
We did pink on pink on pink.
Pink on pink on pink. And my book was pink. What was it? It's good.
Very good.
It is good. Okay, it's now a couple of hours later. I don't know how that happened. The time vanished. I ended up getting sucked into a hole. Honestly, sometimes I don't understand how that happens. Cameron came in to chat to me. I ended up starting to edit and then just, I don't know, I just blink when I edit and everything just, time just flies. Anyway, it's now a couple of hours later. I now have a tea instead. And let me show you my Notion because I really think I'm getting somewhere. And I want to show you how I organize my days. So let's dive straight into it. First things first, the main thing to say is that I use a template that I paid for from the productivity method. I'll pop a link in the description, but you can get templates. I feel like loads of different like individual content creators sell templates. I feel like businesses sell templates. I feel like there's loads of Notion templates, and don't ask me to explain how that entire world works because I truly don't know yet. But all I know is that I saw the productivity method sold one. I bought it, and that is what I am using to base a lot of my planning around. I think it was £40. And then I just kind of have it indefinitely. So, but the good thing about it is I can edit any part of the template entirely. So some bits I've changed quite a bit, some bits I've stuck to using like what they provide as part of the template. So let's dive into it. Okay, so first things first, we head to Notion. I'm gonna try and like step by step you through how I do this. So I head to Notion, I've actually got it bookmarked. It takes me straight to daily planning. I don't actually know why it does that. I need to correct that bookmark, but I actually wanna go to my homepage, as it were. Now this homepage doesn't look like the one from the productivity method. I've done a bit of personalization to this and I think I'm starting to get really happy with it. So what I've got on here is I've got this drop down section, which I think they already had on there. So I've got my reading list tab, and this will basically then take me through a link to like these other pages. So my about me page, my daily planning page, my invoice tracker, which I find so helpful. I've created a new page, which is like my monthly TBR, so that I can just plan out what books I want to read each month, habit tracking, and then project ideas. I've got like my most popular links that I just want to be able to jump to. So at any one time I want to be able to jump to any of my like social media links. You can see TikTok is not linked because I don't have one. Well, I have one, but there's nothing on it. So I need to sort that out. I also would love to add a Goodreads link to here. I will link my Goodreads in the description box of this video, but it's empty. It is on my to-do list this week. I use Goodreads so much, so I feel like it's only fair if I put back into the universe and contribute to it as well. So I'll add my link because I know so many of you have asked for it, but if you click on it today, you're gonna be disappointed by what you see because it's gonna be quite empty, but I'm gonna be working on it. In fact, maybe by the time this video goes out, it might actually be somewhat populated. Luck of the draw, but I promise I'm working on it and it will be up and running. And then I've also got, you can like add extra widgets within Notion. So this isn't gonna be like a Notion tutorial. I'm not gonna show you how to do all this stuff, but I'm just gonna show you what I've got in here. So you can also add different widgets. I really wanted to have like a little weather one on here. So each day I can just see what the weather's looking like. These temperatures for this week, guys, they're looking good. And then I basically create a daily plan each day, which is gonna be the main thing that I show you today, which pops up here. So if I want to, I can just click on this link and it will take me straight to it. And then I also just have like a mini to-do list that I keep here, which is like just really everything on the to-do list should make it into my daily plan, which is like the thing that I use for each day. But I just like having something that I can just scribble notes down on if there's something that I just feel like, oh, I need to just get that done. I need to call the bank, I need to post on Instagram, just like stuff. Most of my to-dos make it into my proper list, but if there's just stuff that I'm just like spitting down before I've managed to actually put it in its right place, I'll add it here. And then I've got my daily dashboard. So this is a thing that I am finding already, and I think is going to be a true like productivity hack for my life, is having daily schedules and daily plans. So as you can see, I can create a new one for each day. I've now managed to create a template that recurs every day. So actually, if I wonder if I can just like delete this. Yeah, I can. Okay, so today, let's pretend we haven't started today and it's not already like 10 o'clock or whatever time it is. I can see my overall daily planning dashboard. So if I've already created my daily plan, I can click directly into it. If you want to create a new one for today, I'll head into my daily planning tab. I can either click on it here or here, but I'll head into daily planning and then we can create a new plan for the day. So I'll add an item. I've already got, this is like my default template that I've set for myself. So daily plan, I'm going to change this to say Wednesday, 8th of May, and what kind of emoji shall we use today, guys? Oh, I'm wearing all pink today. Let's add a pink emoji. So Wednesday, the 8th of May. And then this is the bit that I fully use, is the schedule. So if you can see here, I have got like a default schedule, which in my head is like my ideal day. And so I've set that as my default, so I can just basically edit it. So for today, we can already make some changes to this schedule. I did wake up at 6:30, did not go to the gym. So we basically woke up at 6:30 and read for a bit, and then we showered and got ready, but that was actually at 8 o'clock. And then we started editing at 9. I've kind of included a breakfast in there. And then these are kind of like the component parts to my day. So I've set up 4 like main blocks of work for my day. I've called them edit, but like then it's not necessarily me just sat down editing all day. That can vary quite a lot. And then I've got a morning admin section, which is just 30 minutes of like responding to urgent emails that I need to get back to. And then normally one of these bigger blocks of edits, I'm intending for that to be quite a big section of admin as well, because to be honest, a lot of my day is emailing and sending invoices and chasing them, etc. And then now that I don't have a commute, I want to be able to swap my commute time for a walk outside. I think if I just swap my commute for just staying at home and sitting inside, I risk my mental health declining quite dramatically, because I know I've said it in my 9 to 5 videos, but I find the commute very therapeutic, and I think there is something to be said for being able to travel into somewhere to separate your work from your home stuff. So now that I'm not commuting somewhere, I do want to try and get out of the house and spend that commuting time outside doing something and not just inside in my own space and the biggest risk in my own head. So like I said, this is my like rough schedule for the day, and then there are all these other sections which are awesome. So I can then have quick ticks and non-negotiables. Again, this was all set by the productivity method template, so I didn't come up with any of this stuff, but I really love it. So quick ticks are 5 minutes or less tasks that I need to get done for that day. My non-negotiables are usually things like get outside, drink 2 liters of water. It might be upload a video. If I know that it's like a Wednesday or a Sunday, so like today, for example, a video is going up today. I have so much editing I still need to do for it. So that will be one of my non-negotiables for today. My habits section, which is like the habit tracker over here, I really haven't got this sorted yet. You can see I've got one bad habit that is allocated as to break, which is like scrolling Instagram. Honestly, since I've started reading, I feel like I've almost broken this habit. I just go on my phone way less. I was just populating stuff to have a go at it, but those will pop up that are from your main habit tracker in here, so you can just review them and see which ones you kept today. And then you've got tasks, projects, meeting notes. Again, you can go into all that detail, but you can see I'm still working out in lots of ways. But to me, the stuff that I'm able to use immediately that's really helpful is the schedule, the quick ticks and non-negotiables. And then I'm really loving my main homepage that has all of these links on it, my to-dos. And you can see that now we've created that plan for the day, that just pops up here in my daily dashboard, and I can click on it and it'll take me straight to it and I can see what I'm doing for the day. Other sections of Notion that I'm really enjoying. One, the About Me section is so fun. You can customize it in so many ways. That you can add pictures to all the different pages. You can add like emojis everywhere, like it's really fun. So I filled this out ages ago. I probably need to refresh it, and I didn't get all the way through it, but it asks you several questions. What time of day do you feel most productive? For me, that's like the morning and the evening. I suck in the afternoon. I just have that massive like lull. What morning routine makes me feel best for the day? I made this a couple of months ago, before reading became like a compulsory tick in my brain. So I would also add reading in the morning to that. Although I don't know whether that's actually a good thing. I feel like I shouldn't get up and read in bed because it just does make my mornings slower. I should save my reading for like in the afternoon, for example, when I don't feel so productive. See how this template is like already helping me think these things through. What gets in the way of my productivity? What did I put? Scrolling on Instagram, excessive TV, late nights, alcohol, 100% true. So I can just like think about how those things disrupt me. What techniques are working for me that I should do more of? Meditation. You guys know how much I love using the Superhuman app. I'm not even sure if they are really meditations, but they're like activations, and I find they give me such like a motivation boost. And reading. What are my top 5 motivations? I don't know how to answer this one. I can't tell whether to make my answers to this one like more philosophical, like my like deeper like whys, for like why I want to work hard and why I'm ambitious and why I get out of bed in the morning, or if it's more like high level stuff. I don't know, haven't answered that one yet. Which of my working habits make me feel most anxious? I think this is such a good question. For me, it's like lack of preparation and lack of process. Like I know that if I, for example, like dive into a video, or back in my 9-to-5 life, like if I show up to a meeting when I know I haven't prepped for or prepared, like that's when I immediately feel anxious. Same thing with process. Cameron is teaching me so much about process, to be fair, because he's an extremely process-driven person. But I find that when I've got a bit of a process to follow, when I'm like, okay, I know my structure is, if I've got a presentation that I need to make, I'm talking about my 9-to-5 really because I have more experience with that way of working. But if I know I've got a particular presentation that I need to make, I know that there are several steps to that. I need to like storyboard my content and like map out what I want the story of my presentation to look like. What key messages do I really want to land? Document those out. Make a list of all the key people that I might need to speak to in order to gather that information to populate like the main bulk of content from my presentation. Whatever it is, having a process to me calms me so much. When do I find it hard to create quality work? Again, I don't know whether that's like a when that's time-wise or a when that's like in my own mental state. So I put both apparently. What do I wish I had more time to do? Read fiction books. Well, I'm sorry guys, but I've smashed that because I made this before I got completely obsessed with books. Work out in the morning, we're still working on that. So again, I think these questions are all so good and I loved populating this, and the excitement I have for populating this at the beginning of each year, oh, I just think that will be so satisfying in that kind of like December, January time when you're just reflecting on how the year's gone and you're getting so pumped to set new goals and start charging headfirst into the year. I think everything the productivity method do in this Notion template is so satisfying. So that's that. I've then also got an invoice tracker, which is really helpful for me to like track all my invoices. They've also got a journal section. This is like all of their pre-populated examples. The last thing I'll show you on Notion is the reading list because I love it. So this is the main view that I use for the reading list. As you can see, it began, I haven't populated the times for these ones, which I can actually do quite easily because I'll look up when I downloaded them onto my Kindle. Life-changing. I'm so dramatic. You already know that. You already know I'm dramatic. All my book reviews are always going to be dramatic. It's who I am. I can't remember if this was one of their templates or not. I've definitely customized it somewhat though. So name of the book, whether it's a book or whether it's like a TV series, a film, a podcast, I'm actually not putting in here like film and TV personally. I'm just keeping this to my book list, but I do specify if it's an audiobook or a book because I'm finding it very interesting to look at how that impacts my rating of books, because I think I've mentioned it in a few of my reading blogs. I definitely think that when I listen to the audiobook, I just don't enjoy it the same way. I love reading the words on a page. The genre, it's been a very fantasy heavy year so far. Status, so I've got done, DNF, in progress, or not started, and my categories. Now, the only thing about the scores with the stars is that I'm not able to put like 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 on here. I just have to give it like a 3, 4, 5 kind of a rating, but I'll put my more nuanced ratings on Goodreads for sure. Author, when I completed it, and then my comments, which I'll copy them across. You guys can see I've already put in my reviews for the Chestnut Springs Elsie Silver series. What have I written? You guys can read it live without me even editing it at all for you. I said giddy, and that's supposed to say giddy, not gidding, giddy. Giddy and kicking my feet, feel like a guilty pleasure rom-com, high spice content, lots of bad language. Gosh, sometimes I sound like such a prude. Felt like a big contrast going from innocent divine rivals to rough around the edges cowboys. But love, very hetero portrayals of love relationships. Like, yeah, big masculine man, slightly feminine female. Although the boss ass women do always like fully wreck these men, so good for them. Anyway, that's my very live. I literally like write these the minute I finish them. And these are the books I've currently got on my, the rest of my TBR. The other views you can look in here is like grouped by status. So I can see like not started, DNF'd, in progress, and done. Some of them have these weird images. I don't know how to get rid of these yet. I don't know why all these Sarah J Maas ones have like some pics on them. I really don't know. Anyway, like I said, I'm still getting to use Notion. But so satisfying because I can also then like move these around. This is more of like a Kanban style view. And then I can look at my finished list and see all the ones that I've actually finished. And there's just loads of different views that you can look at. Anyway, I'm still working it all out, but this view I find really satisfying. And then I've also created my own monthly TBR page. So I've got one for May, so I can click into May, and I've just like created these. This obviously doesn't look as nice when I just make it myself. So I'm just gonna track when I've ticked them off and when I've done it, and then I'll just create like another one of these for June. Oh, this must have been like a goal setting page by the looks of it, just based on what just popped up there. So I'll create another one for June. This clearly, as you can see, like was a goal setting template that I've then edited. So I'll just need to like duplicate the structure that I had based like by genre for this, which is how I'm gonna organize it. Anyway, I feel like I've prattled on for so long about Notion. I don't know if this was helpful at all, but it's an insight into how I'm organizing my time. So next on my to-do list for the day is to go back into Wednesday, update this schedule so it's a little bit more specific for my day, get down all my quick ticks and my non-negotiables for the day, and then it's time to crack on. Okay, let's do it, guys. It's officially time to get to work. Just like that, we have a very easy and very delicious midweek lunch. I've literally got some leftover quiche and literally it's just greens, cucumber, and then some balsamic vinegar and olive oil and a puppy that wants some. Yeah, this is literally lunch and I'm so excited. This feels like the perfect like spring, summer lunch. Quiche season is a good season. I need to actually start making some of my own quiches because I haven't made a quiche in ages. I remember whenever I do it, it always feels so satisfying. So this is lunch. And just like that, it is officially time to crack on with the rest of my afternoon. My afternoon is basically just going to be sitting down and editing, so just base in laptop all afternoon. I feel like today's been one of those really good days where I've had a really nice balance of really productive but also quite like gentle and slow, and I've been able to do a few things for me that felt really nice. And starting my day off like that is always so nice. So yeah, ready to finish off the rest of this afternoon on a very strong note. But thank you so much for spending this morning with me. I hope the Notion tour was helpful. I know you guys have asked for it. And I hope that wherever you are, the sun is shining and it's really starting to feel like spring and summer for you. I've had such a lovely time spending the morning with you. And I truly cannot wait to see you in the next one. Bye guys.